Hello, I'm Rachel Carmen and I blog at rachelcarmen.com, and it is time for our next installation of C.H.I.L.L. This has been a difficult thing for me to keep up with because we've been transitioning our homeschool room, but I appreciate your patience, and this week we need to talk about listening to your kids. So last time we talked about the importance of listening to God, and it is so important for us to take time to be still and know that He's God, because when we realize, know, and acknowledge that He's God, we get that He's got it. And it helps us not panic. It helps us relieve our own stress, because in the New Testament, Jesus admonished us not to worry about everything. And why should we not worry? Not because things always go perfect, but because He always has a perfect plan. And so we're not supposed to worry, and the way we don't worry is by listening to Him, taking that time. Well, this week, our second L on chill is the importance of listening to our kids. Now, can be a very scary thing. In fact, some of us don't want to listen to our kids. We intuitively know that there are some things that they would have to say, some things that they would have to add to the conversation that maybe we don't want to hear. But I'm here to tell you that we want to engage with our children. We want to be talking with them about everything. And the key to this is conversation. I want to invite you to the conversation. I want to invite you to talk to your kids about everything from the trivial to the eternal. If you want them to talk to you later, you have to start talking to them now. I remember when we were going somewhere with my second son was, I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4, and he tended to be more quiet at that stage of the game because his brother was so engaged, and we were always talking to Charles. But Anderson was pretty content just to look out the windows in his car seat and for us just to go down the road. And I remember the day that I was like, I want to hear what Anderson has to say. And I asked him a question, and I'm here to tell you, I wanted to know about halfway through where his off button was. He had a lot to say that I didn't even know he had to say. And today we have a rich conversation. And it's not just because of that one time that I dared to engage a 4-year-old, but it's all the other times that I dared to engage with him. That's what I want you to do. Talk to your kids. Talk to them about what they're doing, what they're interested in, what their dreams are, what their hopes are. Talk with them about all of these different things. Start with talking to them about God. I remember when the kids were little, in the morning, I would get them up. At that point, they got up before me, but that doesn't happen anymore. When they would get up before me and we would finish nursing together, and they couldn't even really understand what I was saying, but God had painted a beautiful sunrise on the horizon, and I would look at their little faces and I would point outside and I would like, look what God did. And as they got older, we would marvel at spider webs, at ladybugs, at all of creation, at leaves in the fall, the colors that God puts on those leaves. Start a conversation with your kids about God, who He is, His majesty, Him as creator. Talk to them about who He is and have those conversations. Make them sure and confident that that God who created that sunrise, that sunset, those amazing bugs that they're so interested in, that God made them too. And have that conversation. Talk to them about the different talents that God has given them and what might God call them to do. Talk to them about their hopes and their dreams. Now, I happen to write a whole book about this idea of listening to your kids entitled, How Many Times Do I Have to Tell You? And if you haven't looked at that lately, I would encourage you to do so. It's a total epiphany moment for me that I'd like to share with you. And that is, as I'm talking to my kids and I'm listening to what my kids are saying back to me, I'm listening to the voice of God. I want to encourage you today. It's not too late to start. Start talking to your kids about all of the things of life, the things that they're struggling with, the challenges, their frustrations. Have those conversations. Start them today. I have 4 out of the nest now and only 3 left at home. And let me tell you, I'm so grateful that we started those conversations so long ago, because now we have amazing conversations on the phone and we both look forward to it. I don't dread it and they don't dread it. We both look forward to talking about the mundane and the eternal. Have the conversations. Listen to your kids, the insights that they want to share with you, the things that they see in your homeschool, the things that you could do better, the things that you've forgotten. Listen to them. Show them compassion as they speak to you. Look at them, stop what you're doing, and engage in the conversation. I'm Rachel Carmen, and I blog at rachelcarmen.com, and I invite you to listen to your kids.